I've decided to document my life more. I used to do this by taking pictures, but now I do it by making videos. Some people say that documenting their life was the best thing they ever did. I always wanted to, but one thing that prevented me from starting was knowing how to make a good video. They say the cream rises to the top, and I was definitely exposed to some amazing creators at a young age who documented their life and set the bar for what a good video should look like. For someone with a background in documentation and journalism, I find I do frighteningly little of it about my own life. I studied film in school. I took documentary classes. The first films that I made were documentaries. I worked for a newspaper, I was a photographer and then the photo editor, but I feel like I'm so busy caught up capturing life around me that sometimes my own story and my own memories are put to the side. When it came time to making videos with myself as the subject, there were always so many moving parts in the process that would cause me to panic. It was overstimulating, worrying about frame rate and audio, exposure and composition, that by the time I was ready to go on camera, I wouldn't even know what to do. One thing that would bother me so much as an early filmmaker was that I always felt like my taste was really good, but my execution would be lackluster. The cinematography I was putting out just wasn't matching the kinds of things that I was trying to replicate. And then you get older and learn about stuff like log footage. The pros shoot in log. Trust me, I love taking photos in RAW and editing them in Lightroom, but trying to learn log is like trying to watch X-Men Apocalypse. I don't know what's happening, and now everything's orange and teal. I have scrapped countless hours of footage because I couldn't figure out the color grade on it and how to make it look like what I saw in my head. These problems have prevented me from filming my life, and I've been working fiercely these past few weeks to finally get over them. An artist who paints one painting in 30 days doesn't grow nearly as fast as an artist who paints one new painting every day for 30 days. So when it comes to mastering my cinematography, making everyday life look more romantic, I've come up with a new trick. The trick is to think of my videos as photos. When I'm out shooting a gig and I'm in photo mode, I am firing on all cylinders. I'm in what they like to call lock in a clock, flow state. I'm constantly scanning for compositions, lighting, and searching for where I can put my subject to tell a visual story. But for some reason, when it's a video of me and I'm setting up the camera for myself, I shut down. So by thinking of that moment not as a scene where all the pressure is on you and you are the writer, director, actor, lighting, and sound guy, but instead thinking of it as, how would I take a picture of a subject if they were in this environment? It relieves all of the pressure. I'm able to see a scene for its imagery just like I was taking a photo, rather than worrying about the million little details of what will make the final video better. I actively try to reframe the context of my situation when I'm filming by myself to think about how I would want to direct them, rather than being in front of the camera and thinking, what the heck am I gonna do? Practicing these tricks, getting more reps in with posting, and learning how to manage my G-dang log footage is what's gonna allow me to breathe and stop suffering from creator pretentiitis. I would never call myself a perfectionist. I'm okay with the way things are, but looking at myself through other people's view and seeing how I am about filmmaking, that guy is definitely a grade A perfectionist. And you can't get hung up on mistakes or bad videos that aren't up to your bar, because you just don't have the breadth of work that other creators have. Consistency will lead to quality and not the other way around. I believe that in film, and I do believe that in life. So I've decided to document my life more. I used to do that by taking pictures, but now I make videos. Some people say that documenting their life was the best thing they ever did. And now, I'm inclined to agree. Part of capturing your life means showing the ordinary, getting creative, and romanticizing the mundane. But the other side of it means showing the extraordinary. My friend Jaz has been recently tackling the humongous mountain of getting in peak physical shape. I don't know when or why she decided to do this, but one day she made up her mind to start training to the absolute max. 4 months of hard work led her to last Friday when she competed in her very first muscle show. I had never been to a muscle show, but Jaz is someone that I work really closely with, so I was super excited to get the chance to cheer her on. Coincidentally, that night, my brand new lens arrived in the mail, so it was such a good opportunity to test it out. This is the Canon 24mm 1.4. EF because I don't got RF money. I really liked how wide this lens is, but still offers that dramatically shallow depth of field. The environment we were going into, Waikiki on a Friday night, was super dark, and being able to open an aperture up to 1.4 meant that I was able to get brighter shots in the showroom and out on the streets. This is the widest aperture lens that I've ever owned or used, and I'm starting to see why people love prime lenses. My 24-70 2.8 would not be fun to shoot in a dark setting like this. I still haven't even tried this lens out for photography because I'm simply too stunned by the video capability.
What is your message? What is your message to Jaz?
Go Jaz, you're the best.
Win! Take it home! Wait, what if she doesn't win though?
Well,
She sees this afterwards.
One thing I've begun to notice as I've been filming more often is that the people you're with almost always appreciate the memories that you capture. There's never been a moment in my life where I've thought, man, I shouldn't have recorded that, or I shouldn't have photographed that. But I'm almost always bombarded by thoughts of me going, I wish I had video of that. I wish I had taken a picture of me there. It's these everyday moments that we take for granted that I've slowly become obsessed over documenting. I don't know if I love or hate the buzzword phrase of making life cinematic, but I think I just prefer to tell people that I'm romanticizing it. There's something nice about recording life through a lens and a camera rather than just using your cell phone. The funny part about the show was that we got to the Sheraton at around 7:30 p.m. and Jaz didn't end up going on the stage until 10. Turns out, the Sheraton is the same hotel that I snuck into with my friends about a month ago to do a fun staycation themed photo shoot. I made a whole video about it on Instagram. So it was really just a matter of killing time before it was Jaz's turn to come out on the stage, and once it was finally her turn, we made quite the scene. I've never had to diet and exercise like she did for the past 4 months, but I can imagine the sacrifice it took. Being there with everyone else to capture the night was the least that I could do for her, considering all she had done to get to this point. And because her event was one of the last of the night, we all got to gather outside of the showroom and embrace her with cheers.
And then as she approaches us, it gets louder, 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 louder. Okay, so just watch for her at the end.
It's moments and opportunities like this that I know for a fact I would have forgotten in a month or a year that because I brought my camera with and because I was focused on documenting, I know I will never forget. And even if the memories do get a little hazy or fuzzy, I can always look back and remember exactly what it was like to be there, exactly who I was with, and exactly the memories that were made.
Well,
I shared these 2 medals with all of you.
2 medals?
No.
Wait, I don't remember you getting
dang.
2. Wait.